Hey, good morning. Pajama Grandma, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. A little scratch in my throat today, so I got the lemon water, the coffee, the other beverages handy, but it doesn't matter. I still get the tickle in my throat and I have to sometimes. I apologize for that in advance, but it doesn't matter. I will keep it short today. Just talking a little bit about what's going on as I transition from the offline brick and mortar world to the online world. And yesterday, my dad always taught me not to share when you make a mistake or a bumble or do something stupid is what he called it, because he was a little gruff that way. And I find that I'm just the opposite. When I make a mistake or screw something up, I tell people, not because I want other people to think I'm stupid, but because I want other people to learn from that so that they don't do the same thing. So yesterday, I had an interview call lined up to actually a pre-interview for a guest on the podcast. And I double booked for that time slot because I forgot to take into account the time zone changes and the time zone differences. And I don't know why I forgot that. Maybe I just spaced it out. But I totally knew he was from the East Coast. But when we set up the time, I didn't specify or clarify or ask and make sure that we were both on the same page. And that was a misstep on my part with respect to communication. How often do we do that? Make a mistake, and it's not even a mistake, but we get upset with one another because we just didn't communicate clearly what the expectation was. We weren't talking about the same thing. So I was thinking noon, and he was thinking 11 a.m. And so I accidentally double booked a call for that same time slot, a coaching call and then an interview call. Dumb, but big lesson learned, and I'd rather learn it now. And I've already rebooked and everything, but I still feel bad because we all feel bad when we make mistakes or when we do something that we know darn well better than to do. And it's usually the things that we do unintelligibly or that we just forget about that kind of irritate us the most. At least those things irritate me the most because I so know better. I so know better to, when I'm talking to people from different parts of the country, make sure that we're all thinking about the same time zone. So my dad would say, don't share those things. Don't share the mistakes you've made with other people. But I'm like, sorry, I'm running a little late today. That's why my alarm's going off. But that is why I share when I make mistakes or when I learn something. Because if we don't learn from the mistakes, guess what? I'd be doing it again. I'd be doing it every week if I didn't learn from the mistake yesterday and put systems in place to make sure that I don't do those silly things again. So that was my big faux pas yesterday, and I guess that's not a really huge mistake. And, if he wouldn't have rescheduled, then that just indicates to me that he wasn't the right person to talk to. He wasn't the right person to have in my interview. But since he didn't, he was awesome about it. We will get it done, and I'm excited to have him as a guest on the podcast. He's got expertise in an area that's really near and dear to my heart because it's something that my mother struggles with. So I am actually really excited to talk to him about it and about his knowledge in a very rare and unique condition that she's had since I was a little girl. So today, I'm still working on that webinar slides. Remember I told you I had to get those webinar slides done that I told myself I'd get done Sunday? Well, it's now Tuesday morning. I haven't fired up my computer yet, but when I do, it should be the first thing I work on, but it'll probably be the second thing that I do because I've got some commitments to people with respect to these Facebook Lives, so I need to share them. So that will be the second thing I do. I always underestimate the amount of time it will take me to actually do the creatives for some of these things. So I am in the process with my daughter of creating a template for some of those things, some of the things that can be used over and over again or that can be an easily plug and play and repeated thing so that I don't have to spend so much time and energy doing it. Or I'll have to start outsourcing it. But I like to figure out and determine the best, most efficient way of doing stuff before I even outsource it. Because it's not fair, or it's not about fair, it's about, I don't really want to pay somebody for their learning curve. I want to give them absolutely everything I can to make the job or the task simpler and easier for them so that they can do it efficiently too. And then I expect them to springboard off of what I provide them with to get even better and more efficient at it, not less efficient at it. The only way I can do that is if I actually have a clue of how long it takes somebody to do something, how big a job I'm asking someone to do. That's the only way to really do a good job figuring out how to outsource and what to outsource. Now, some people just outsource stuff blindly and, throw it out there and trust that the world and the universe will take care of it in the most efficient way possible. And with a lot of things, I do that because I don't want to learn how to do them. I don't want to learn how to edit video and sound. It's not that I couldn't. I don't want to. It's not something I want to spend a lot of time and energy on. I don't want to learn how to edit and do the details of that. So I will just faithfully outsource that to the experts and let them take care of it for me. So those are a few of the things I'm working on today. I also have an interview for the podcast tomorrow I'm really excited about. And so I need to get the prep work out and the questions out to her today because I thought I'd do them over the weekend. And I visited people I love and care about instead, so I didn't get that done. I think I need to write a couple of things down today because I've got more than one thing that has to get done. So I will knock those out and get that out today and get back to all the other things I need to do. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you again tomorrow with day 107 because today is day 106 of my new adventure. Bye.